Have you ever considered the question, why was Jesus born? I'm sure there are many answers we could give. He was born to seek and to save the lost. He was born or he came into the world to forgive sins, to serve others, to bring peace, on and on. But in one of the most critical moments of his life, Jesus gives another answer. After his arrest, Jesus was interrogated by the Jews, who then took him to Pilate, the Roman governor, for the purpose of having Jesus put to death. Pilate consulted briefly with the Jewish leaders, and then, according to John chapter 18, beginning in verse 33, he went back inside the palace. He summoned Jesus and he asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" "Is that your own idea?" Jesus asked. "Or did others talk to you about me?" "Am I a Jew?" Pilate replied. "Your own people and chief priests handed you over to me. What is it you have done?" Jesus said, "My kingdom is not of this world. If it were, my servants would fight to prevent my arrest by the Jewish leaders. But now my kingdom is from another place." "You're a king then," said Pilate. Jesus answered, "You say that I'm a king. In fact, the reason I was born and came into this world is to testify to the truth." Now, that might not be the answer we were expecting. But Jesus says that the reason he came into the world, the reason that he was born, is to testify to the truth. And with these words, Jesus affirms the supreme importance of truth. We find these same things in the Apostle Paul. Paul seems to have learned from Jesus, and he echoes the same thing. He says in 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 3 and 4, God wants all men to be saved and to come to a knowledge of the truth. And these words indicate that one of God's divine desires, one of his lordly longings, is that all human beings have a clear and comprehensive understanding of truth. The opposite of truth is falsity, lie, deception. And the fact that he says that all men need to be saved implies that without the truth to which Jesus testifies and which God desires that we all know, you're lost in a world of human fabrication. You do not live in reality. Your worldview has been distorted and you're unable to see things as they really are. And Jesus made a similar statement regarding truth in his own ministry. In one occasion when he was talking to Jews who had believed in him, he says, "You will know the truth, and the truth will make you free." So once again, by implication, we see that without truth, we are captive. Captive to the lies and fabrications that determine the nature of our very existence. An existence that without truth is false, purposeless, and devoid of anything that is truly virtuous or of lasting value. But it doesn't have to be that way. Jesus states that we are able to know the truth, and the truth will lead us into a new existence of purpose and virtue. So in light of these two statements, one by Paul and the other by Jesus, we learn that truth is supremely important regarding all aspects of human endeavor and development. Nevertheless, and sadly, humanity's general response to truth has not demonstrated an understanding of its value. Paul points this out very clearly on more than one occasion at the beginning of his epistle to the Romans. In chapter 1 and verse 18, Paul says that the wrath of God is being revealed from heaven against all the godlessness and wickedness of men who suppress the truth by their wickedness. So we see that one of the general reactions of humanity to truth is to suppress it, to not accept it. He goes on and he states just a few verses below in chapter 1 and verse 25, they exchanged the truth of God for a lie and worshipped and served created things rather than the Creator. So on this occasion they're exchanging truth and deliberately choosing a lie instead of truth. And then in chapter 2 and verse 8 he says, but for those who are self-seeking and who reject the truth and follow evil, there will be wrath and anger. So we see there's various ways of denying the truth, by suppressing it, by exchanging it for a lie, by rejecting it outright. And doesn't this sound a lot like the world in which we are currently living? A world that has a very loose relationship with the truth, if one at all. A world that is often divorced from truth and promotes whatever happens to be convenient at the moment. Now we need to go back to John chapter 18 and verse 37, where Jesus said that he came into the world to testify to the truth, because we didn't read everything that Jesus said. He finishes by saying, everyone on the side of truth listens to me. And therein lies the issue. There are sides to this matter of truth. And so you're faced with an inevitable decision, one that is made clear by this Apostle John in his first letter. Chapter 4 and verse 6, he says, we are from God, and whoever knows God listens to us. But whoever is not from God does not listen to us. This is how we recognize the spirit of truth and the spirit of falsehood. And so there are the two sides. John lays them out very clearly, the spirit of truth and the spirit of falsehood. And between these two lies your decision. Will you be filled with the spirit of truth or with the spirit of falsehood? You see, from the very beginning of time, from the moment that Satan spoke his first lie to Adam and Eve, we've been caught up in a cosmic battle regarding the truth. So where is your allegiance? What will be your choice? Are you committed to reality as revealed by God, or is your life based on illusion? Those are the only two choices, and there is no middle ground. Your life is either based on truth, or it's based on illusion. And truth is not defined by you or me. It is not what you or I would like it to be. Neither is it determined by collective experiences, scientific experimentation, or common sense. No. Jesus stated on one occasion to his apostles, I am the way, and the truth, and the life. And Paul echoes this same sentiment in his letter to the Colossians chapter 2 verses 2 and 3, when he says, my goal is that they may be encouraged in heart and united in love, so that they may have the full riches of complete understanding, in order that they may know the mystery of God, namely Christ, in whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. And so Jesus stated, and Paul confirms, that ultimately God is the source of all truth. And not just on spiritual matters, on everything that pertains to our existence. He is the truth regarding morality and ethics. He is the truth regarding how we should see politics and social issues and anything else that comes to our mind. So what is your decision? If you would like to know more about truth as it relates to racial issues, family matters, or becoming a disciple of Christ, please reach out to us, and we'll be happy to talk with you. God bless you.